Hi everyone, my name is Gemma Mai and welcome to the HART Sapphire Series Grand Final here at Nissan Arena. I'm here with Gabby Simpson and Romelda Aiken, some of my incredible teammates with the Birdies. So the Grand Final, it's against Cougars, Brisbane North and QUT. Gabs and Dids, how excited are you for this Grand Final?
I love Grand Finals. I'm so excited to see all these young, amazing players play. I've watched a couple of games throughout the season. Cougars have been pretty epic, but it's a Grand Final. Anything can happen.
What about you, Dids?
Oh, I think being in the Grand Final will bring all the feels, and these girls will be showcasing their amazing talent, and I can't wait to see how well they perform.
Like Did said, there's so much talent out on court today or tonight. A few of our training partners as well, so it's going to be amazing to see them perform. How have you loved having the training partners into our training sessions over the season?
It's been so great. I think my favourite thing about them is their fearlessness, and you'll see that tonight. Players like Mia and Rue who just turn and shoot the long bombs like it's a piece of cake. It's exciting. They come into an environment, they bring so much energy, and they're just so competitive, so we'll see that out there.
And you've, I guess, kind of mentored Mia and Rue in that, in the shooting positions. Are you excited to watch them on court today?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Look, I think all the shooters out there, watched them a few times this year, and they are super talented. Like Gab says, they're very fearless, and that's what we need in our game and at the Fibers, just to bring that rawness to the game.
So good to hear. Well, Gabby and Dids have played a lot of Grand Finals. I haven't recently, sadly. What advice would you give to the girls out there tonight?
My favourite thing about Grand Finals is that this is it, right? You finish this game and that's the end of the season. So go all in, all energy, every nickel, put your body on the line, because this is the final moment. And also have fun with it, because how often do you get to play Grand Finals?
You did?
I think just enjoy the moments. Like, this is it. Like, this is your final game of the season. Go hard, have fun, high fives, and yeah, just give it your best.
Okay, last question. Who are we tipping for the Grand Final?
Great question. Logic says Cougars. Because it's a Grand Final, I'm going to throw in QUT.
Love it. What about you, Dids?
I'm going to go the opposition team to Gabby.
Yeah. We're hoping it's a tight one today. Up to you, Millsy.
After a ravaged 2020 destroyed by COVID, the 21 season started with hope and purpose. We welcomed an old friend back from the north, and we started a new love affair with a new club, QUT Netball. The off-season was short and intense, and the 8 teams held high hopes for the season ahead. The Northern Mendy Rays got us off in round 1 with a first game in Townsville in 2 years. With Vicky Wilson guiding them around the court, they showed that they would not be intimidated by a Wildcat side boasting 9 new members. The always impressive Cougars took on the newcomers, the team in Tangerine, QUT Netball. At the time, we didn't realise it, but this was the start of a great rivalry and an early Grand Final preview. The New Look Jets showed their class against a young and gutsy Bull Shark, and the Thunder under a new coach looked impressive against the Tigers. Round 1 was done and dusted. The season looked enticing. At the halfway point, the familiar face was on top. The Cougars were nearly through a perfect season. They were 7-0. Jets, QUT, Thunder were chasing hard. The top 4 looked set in stone. The netball was impressive, fast, clean, and each round seemed better than the previous. With Tigers and Bull Shark proving problematic towards the end of the season, the established top 4 had their work to do. Everything came down to the last round. The task to beat the Cougars was too much for the Bull Sharks, and their gallant run came to an end, just 1 win short of a semi-final appearance. The Tigers suffered the same fate as the Bull Sharks and couldn't win their must-win game against the Jets, desperate to get their season back on track. So the scene was set. Cougars maintained a perfect record and were favourites heading into the finals. The new guys, QUT, were peaking in second, followed by the Jets and Thunder. For the teams that missed out, we caught a glimpse of the future. In a rebuilding year, Wildcats roared via youngsters Rennie, Bingham and Gaia. Tigers showed the development was on track with state reps Marga, Gaffer and the Child Sisters. And what can we say about the Bull Sharks? This netball factory has made a habit of producing brilliant young netballers, and in 2021 gave us the names of Sandholt, Fennell, Black, Gilbert and Irvin, all household names of the future. So after 14 rounds, 56 games, 224 quarters and 5,679 goals, the semis were here, or so we thought. After avoiding lockdowns and COVID most of the year, community sport in Queensland came to a halt. Teams peaking for the final showdown could only train via Zoom, and home programs became the norm. But after a 4-week layoff, we were back. The enforced break proved a blessing for the Thunder, who got their full team back, injury-free, and playing with the freedom they did at the start of the season. With renewed vigour, they narrowly knocked out last year's runners-up, the Jets. Without the league's most accurate shooter in Riley Holland, Cougars strolled into the grand final, and in many ways, that was their best performance of the season so far. After a short 3-day break, Thunder and QUT faced off in the preliminary final, fighting for the chance to end the Cougar run in the big dance. After leading early, Thunder faltered and QUT dominated to advance to the last game of the season. So here we are, grand final night 2021. A little later than we expected, but we are here nonetheless. Cougars have been perfect, 15 games for 15 wins. They boast a game average of 70 goals. They let in the second least amount of goals, have the highest turnover to goal ratio, and they are the least infringed team in the league. On the other side of the court is QUT Netball, a side with a perfect balance of youth and experience. They have been solid all season, dropping just 4 games out of 16. The matchups are enticing. Can Kamo stop Adams Tahara? Firebirds training partners Halida Veve and Marcy Gardner go head-to-head. The QUT defensive Taylor and Gribble have the task of stopping Holland, Stour, and the coolest cat of all, Martina Rikas. The match could be won or lost in the most enticing battle of them all, Ruby Bakewell-Doran and Riley Batchelor-Dor. Both superstars and both destined for higher honours. This matchup is mouth-watering. And in the coaching ranks, it's last year's champion Liz White taking on 2019 champion Paula Stewart. The scene is set. So after the season of ups and downs, the top 2 teams go around one more time to crown the champion of the HART Sapphire Series. 2 teams with one dream. Welcome to Nissan Arena for Grand Final Night 2021. My name's Dave Mills. We're bringing this match to you, and I'm joined in commentary by Hannah Davies. Hannah D, how good is this going to be?
Millsy, it's a big dance. We've waited 17 rounds of netball for this. The Cougars, you said it yourself, they're seemingly undefeatable, but QUT are the competition's best wild card, so anything could happen tonight.
So Brisbane North Cougars, we've been handed the team list, and the coolest cat, Martina Rikas, starts at shooter. Mia Stour is the goal attack. Lisa Maimai the wing attack. Macy Gardner is the centre. Vivian Fitzpatrick the wing defence. Ruby Bakewell-Doran is the goal defence. Remy Kamo the keeper. Leaving a subs bench of captain Riley Holland, Lusa Newmata and Naomi Fitzpatrick. Coached by Liz White, assistant Amanda Vanderwall. They are the dream team of coaching, and Natalie Jarrett is the manager. We caught up with Liz earlier today and got her thoughts on the big one.
Cougars finished on top, come in probably as favourites. Do you feel that extra pressure coming in?
I don't. Yes, I guess slightly so, because we've got everything to lose and the other teams have got everything to gain. So, but I haven't discussed that with the girls at all. I think we've stayed very positive. We've just got one more game to go, is the theory.
And coming into the grand final, you came straight in. Do you prefer that, or do you prefer to keep playing each week?
Well, I like to come in because then you know you're there. I think that in this environment, it could be a little bit of a negative because we literally have had 1 game in 5 weeks, whereas our opponents have had 2 in the last week, which would be great preparation, I would think.
And what makes the Cougars such a great side?
I don't really know. Just skill, their ability to work for one another, their ability to work really hard at training, and the fact that they believe in one another, and it doesn't matter who's on court, they'll play for one another.
Thanks, Liz, for those wise words. And QUT netball list, there they are. This is the team, the underdogs. Alicia Adams-Tahara, the shooter. Riley Batchelor-Dor is the goal attack. Keisha Grant, the wing attack. Helena Veve, the centre. Claire Haig is the wing defence. Goal defence is Danielle Taylor. Lily Gribble, the keeper. The subs bench, Dakota Newson, Nadia Roselli, Sopo Limalama Tutayama Elsop is on the bench as well. Paula Stewart, the coach. Shanoa Stockton, the assistant. And Mike Petrides is the manager. Paula Stewart gave us her thoughts on the game a little earlier before.
It's been a tough year for all, but extra challenging for QUT. You've had injuries to key players. You've had quarantine issues. Some deaths in families, as well as players returning to New Zealand. It's a lot to deal with.
it has been a lot to deal with, but one thing I just love about the girls is that we've really stuck together. You know, our hearts do go out to Kiara. She'll be watching tonight. We always have her in our change room in the semi-finals, prelim and finals, and she's there all the way. So she's the one that still goes into our little unit sets for talks. So, you know, it's really hard for her, but we try to include her as much as we can while she's in quarantine. And with Nora, I mean, I can't ask for a better defensive assistant coach sitting next to me. So we're going to be keeping her busy for the next 15 to 18 months and hopefully get her on the coaching side. But she's definitely a big part, and she is a big loss for our game tonight.
And lastly, how do you beat the Cougars tonight?
One thing is with the Cougars, I mean, there's a very, very talented team, and they have been, and Liz White is one of the best coaches in Queensland. So one thing that we've got to do is making sure individually we keep our game plan. We make sure that everyone does their own job, and you never know in finals we'll be giving it a good old crack tonight. Thank you.
Thanks for that, Paula. We'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which this great game is taking place, the Turrbal and Jagera people, and pay our respects to the elders, past, present and emerging, and extend that respect to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people watching today. The umpires for this one, we're looking at Jessica Lakeman, Claire Johnson and Cara Winnebaum is the reserve umpire. Everything's in readiness. The teams will be on the court shortly, and we have a few special effects for you to enjoy at home. Don't forget, you can join us on the Facebook page. Give us a comment, tell us where you're watching from. There's the umpires. As we said, Jess Lakeman, Claire Johnson and Cara Winnebaum is the reserve. They're tossing a coin. I'm not sure why they do that. Is that for which side they play on there, Hannah D?
Yeah, great question, Milsey. I can't say no.
There's a very relaxed Romelda Aiken on screen. And the lights dim.
Call onto court. The two teams taking part in tonight's HART Sapphire Series Grand Final. Taking the court for QUT Netball is goal shooter Alicia Adams Tahada. Goal attack Riley Bachador. Wing attack Keisha Grant. Centre Hulata Vive. Wing defence Claire Hay. Goal defence, Danielle Taylor. Goalkeeper, Lily Gribble. And on the bench today, Sopolo Malama, Tuitama Alsop, Dakota Newson, and Nadia Rosselli. Give it up for the Cougars, who are coming on next. QUT's opponent, goal shooter, Martina Riquez. Goal attack, Mia Stauer. Wing attack, Lisa Maimai. Centre, Macy Gardner. Wing defence, Vivian Fitzpatrick. Goal defence, Ruby Bakewell Doran. Goalkeeper, Remy Camo. And on the bench today for the Cougars, Riley Holland, Losa Neomata and Naomi Fitzpatrick. Your umpires for today are Jessica Lakeman and Claire Johnson, with our reserve umpire being
Wow, what a great introduction. Hannah Davies, I've got goosebumps. What's your tip for this one?
Cougars by 10, Millsy.
Cougars by 10. It's hard to go past them. My brain says pick the Cougars. My heart says go with QUT, and I'm going to call it by 2.
There you go.
Bachelor to hit a long bomb late in the 4th to take it 1 up there and then make it 2 when she gets the goal in.
Look, I think you're Bachelor's biggest fan, Millsy. I think that the Cougars have worked too hard all season to let this one go. We've seen so much greatness from them that I just can't see them dropping this tonight.
So the toss has been won. It's won by the Cougars. I'll have the first centre pass. They're in the red and black going right to left. The tangerine and blue of the QUT side. They're going left to right. Everything's in readiness. The cameras are ready. We're ready. And away we go. Just waiting on the whistle. And there it is. First centre pass to the Cougars. And they go through to Rika. She'll have the first shot of the game. Misses it. And
Early
it falls
miss.
away of QUT. A little bit of a nervous shot there from Martina Rikas.
I'd say it'll be an early mishap, but I doubt we'll be seeing many misses to come.
So, unfortunately, the QUT can't capitalise. And she'll have another chance here, Rika's. Her second shot of the game. She shoots, she scores, and the Cougars get the first in the grand final. Quite a big crowd in tonight, Hannah.
Yeah, it's massive, and I've got to say the production looks phenomenal. For anyone that's not here tonight, it looks incredibly professional. These girls are really getting the experience of what the birdies would get.
We had a flock of birdies down there before pre-game, thanks to them. And Bachelor shoots long, and she's away.
That's a huge long shot for her.
Riley Holland on the bench, not a bad substitute to come on if the shooting circle doesn't work well for the Cougs. And back now with Gardner. My, looking for a settler. Finds Stour on the baseline. The training partner of the Firebirds scores another one. 3 of the 4 shooters are on the board. Adams Tahara yet to score.
So we know QUT will start strong. They'll follow along nicely, but the thing to see tonight is whether they can hold on.
The matchup for me is Bachelor and Bakewell Doran. What about you?
Oh, absolutely. For me, I've got to say it's always got to be Gardner and Veve. I mean, they're 2 of the most athletic players on the court, and they never stop running. So that's a huge one too. Gardner moves into Rika's. She wants to get closer.
So 2-all, we're playing 2 minutes in the first, and there's a turnover here from the Cougars. The ball went out, Macy Gardner couldn't pull it in, and Gribble will get us going with a goal line throw in. And QUT looking to capitalise here. They had a turnover earlier, couldn't do it. There's the Ferrari, Veve. Fires it back, Grant. Her speed will be important. Long ball down here to Bachelors. Adams Tahara still yet to take a shot. Oh, there she is. That was magnificent. We thought it was going to Bachelor. It finds its way to Adams Tahara. She misses a nervous first-up shot. And QUT players are out of play, but Cougars just run with it in transition. So we're still tied at 2. That would have been a great goal, Hannah.
It would have been, but there we go. Lily Gribble. She's onto it already. You can see the defensive pressure from both teams is electric.
So Gribble gets that one. They find Bachelor again. She has a chance to put them one up. She misses it. No, she gets it. She gets the shooter's roll, and QUT lead it 3-2. So this would be a nice consolidating goal. Adams Tahara does well. We said it the other night, when she starts moving, that's when you got to worry. And she gets goal number 4 for QUT.
So QUT leading early. Were you expecting that, Millsy?
I was. I picked them by 2.
Well,
and that's the margin. If I just use the clock for 47 minutes, we'll be right.
Even for the rest of the game.
So, Rika's. Boom shagalaga. She has ice going through her veins, I am convinced, and I mean the good type of ice. And that goal was a Mizuno momentum shift, the favour of the Cougars. Thanks. Bachelor misses her first. The rebound falls away of Adams Tahara.
You can see the QUT bench there. They've got heaps of fight on the bench, particularly Dakota Newson. So much speed and talent on that bench as well. But of course, the Cougars on the other side, we know they've got Riley Holland just waiting. Indeed,
Lenora Messer unfortunately did a knee a couple of weeks, or 10 days ago, and unable to, in this corresponding match in the major final, unable to play in the final. There's the QUT chant. The QUT sport people are in. And back it falls. Rika's looking to get the margin back to 1. She does. It's hard to believe she's just 17 as she bangs away. And it's a shootout at the moment. Oh, a loose pass here. Bachelor keeps it in. Oh, no, she was out of court. I thought that was brilliant by Bakewell Doran, but she came in from out of court. So a throw into QUT. We just need to catch our breath a bit.
Oh, look at that speed there. That combination between Bachelor and Halida, is so electric already.
6-4. We've played just on 4 and a bit. And that was Danielle Taylor swatting that one out of Stour's hands. Mia Stour gets it again now. They'll be looking for Rika's. Can't find her at the moment. Now they do. And we've got a contact call on Gribble. From super shot range, she shoots. It hits the front of the ring. The rebound falls away of QUT. Great work by Taylor and Gribble. The long pass to Veve finds Grant. Bachelor moving round. And we've got a contact call on Fitzpatrick. Vivian. Hopefully I get them right tonight. Hannah D.
It's definitely Vivian. Just Naomi is, of course, on the sideline.
Batchelor gets another goal. She is at 5 from 6 of the 7 goals. Adams Tahara can't pull that one in.
And there's Fitzpatrick, just talking about her. Goes to Mai, over to Doran.
So the ball still with with the Cougars. They're down by 3. I don't know if they've been down by 3 all season in any game.
Look, they're certainly not used to being behind, but don't let that fool you.
I thought Taylor got away with one there, but she smashed it out of Rika's hands. Nice call by the umpire. Sorry, I cut you off there. Yes, you're right. So Rikas misses it. Stour can't pull it in. It falls out of court, and we've got another goal line throw into the QUT side. Hannah D. QUT seem to have settled first.
They do. They're coming out with a lot of fight. Low air in netball, which is awesome to see. But, you know, I've just got that feeling like the Cougars, they won't drop. So it'll be up to QUT whether they can maintain this. And there's Mia Stour.
So Stour gets the intercept, gets it back for the Cougars. Oh, that could have been a step. I thought it was 1-2. So we've got a timeout. And we're telling the cameraman to move. That's our cameraman, Rob.
And he's come right back. Yeah, she said that.
The umpire being a little bit pedantic there. Riley Holland with the shooter bib on. Will we see her in the first quarter? We're not sure. That was her on screen. So the ball swings across. It's 7-5, margin of 2. Rikas with it, shoots and scores. They don't need Holland when Rika shoots like that.
They don't, and
talk me through it.
Is taking the majority of shots so far, 5 from 8, 63%. So not the strongest start from her, but I think she's just starting to get her groove on.
So Adams Tahara seems to be playing a little higher tonight than what we've seen in previous games.
Yeah, lots more movement. I think 2 weeks ago when we saw them take on the Cougars the first time, we spoke about how Batchelor was just taking all the workload. So I would not be surprised. The direction was for Adams Tahara to just shoot like that and take more of that work.
She ran a marathon, Batchelor, in that game. There's been a change. Rikas to the bench. Riley Holland is on at shooter. The captain leads her team out, and immediately they nearly get it to her, but that was brilliant work by Taylor. Did you see this change happen, Hannah D? Because you said Rikas is shooting #1 shooter at the moment on the court.
Yeah, look, she's playing so well. I think Riley Holland was just sitting in the Cougars' back pocket, but we know how well her combination works with Stour. And look at that rebound. The umpires said no goal here.
So Rick is on screen, no goal there, so they can't get there first since Holland's been on. We'll see how that change works out for the Cougars. They're playing a high-pressure zone defense at the moment, trying to break down this QUT offense. There's Haig at wing defense. They fire it in, comes off Batchelor last. Bakewell Doran knows it, calls it to the umpire. It goes the way of QUT. They got a lucky one there, Hannah D.
Yeah, look, it almost felt like a contact on Batchelor, so maybe the umpire was making up for that. But again, look, where
that's controversial.
It is controversial.
So Grant with it now, finds Batchelor. Oh, the 360. She shoots. She's been on fire tonight, and it continues.
She has 6 from 7 so far. That's enormous for Batchelor.
They lead it by 3. There it is on replay. They lead it by 3. This is the biggest lead of the game. They've got a chance to go 4 up here. Veve with it, fires it down to Grant. Just checking, last time these two played in the semi, the quarter time score was 18-12 in favour of the Cougars. So this has been a nice turnaround. Kamo gets a hand on it, but Adams Tahara scores again, and it's a 4-goal lead to the QUT side. The team in Tangerine are doing it well at the moment.
Oh, look at that beautiful front drive there from Stour.
And the shot to boot. Stour gets the margin back to 3. And Veve finds Grant. Batchelor fires it across to the pocket. Oh, the pass! That had some mustard on it.
How good was that, Millsy? Just that connection between the QT attackers. This is the best I've ever played.
With Grant, no hesitation, fired it to Adams Tahara. That one had some heat on it. So back with Cougars. Oh, brilliant pass. Equally as good by Stour.
More equal because of course we haven't seen Riley Holland play in a while, and you know, you just almost forget how phenomenal she is for Stour.
Well, she's had the knee tendonitis. It's obviously okay tonight. She's on the court now. Oh, Adams Tahara with the split, something you don't see a lot of. And the shot to boot. they maintain this 4-goal lead. There's the QUT bench cheering their side on. By all means. Oh, it's a turnover to QUT. And a step, and back it comes. Well, that was anticlimactic there, Hannah D.
It was a little bit, but here go the Cougars.
So the Cougars with it. It's a high-energy game at the moment. Drop us a line on the HART Sapphire Series Facebook page. Tell us where you're watching from. Stour from range. And bit short. Holland can't get the rebound. It falls away of Gribble. And Veve gets it and fires it down. That was great transition again. Bakal is marking Bachelor a little harder now. Contest there. There's the contact call.
Yeah, there's certainly no float there. She is skin on skin with Bachelor.
Skin on skin, that's a technical term. Back we go. And it rolls in for Adams Tahara. It's 5. They lead it by 5, the QUT side. I think I undersold. I said they were only going to win by 2.
Oh, Bachelor, there she goes. Puts it right in front of her teammate, Vivian Fitzpatrick, as well.
So the Cougars respond. Can they get a goal? 3:42 to play. Holland out of the circle. Great pass across. It's a loose pass. It gets to Stour. She wants it back. Doesn't get it. Gardner, no one to go to. And contact call. Probably didn't need to contact there, Taylor. It was going out, I thought. I don't think Holland would have pulled that one in.
Regardless, they're making it so tough for the Cougars.
Now we're cleaning up the sweat on the outside of the court. So, that's sorry, cameraman doesn't slip over.
You're exactly right.
So Holland shoots and misses, gets her own rebound well.
They really need to finish this one for Bakewell-Doran's sake. And there it goes. So that goal, ladies and gentlemen, was Ruby Bakewell-Doran. So Macy Gardner goes again. Helena Peavy!
The Ferrari pickpockets that one. And away they go. QUT, they find Adams Tahara. Snatches it in, steps in for the shot and scores. The margin back to 5. 14-9. 2:53 to play. Hannah D, what are we seeing?
My God, were you expecting that, Millsy?
I was.
2 intercepts in a row there. Like, incredible.
So we've got a margin here of 5. Veve with it. Oh, that was almost a walk. Oh, quick hands there from Bachelor, but Kamo gets it in. I think Adams Tahara wants it higher. Watch here on the replay. There's Veve, just stole that one in one fluid motion. So having a bit of trouble finding the shooters. Now they find Adams Tahara. Steps in and scores. It's a 6-goal margin. 15-9. Hannah, I'm trying to rack my brain. I cannot think of a quarter where the Cougars have been down by 6.
No, we know that they've lost first quarters. That's the one thing we know. But a 6-goal margin, if QUT can push this even further, that will give them a really great buffer for the rest of the game.
One thing's for sure, we're in for a great final. Oh, and Bachelor moved her body one way, threw it the other, and gets the goal from the save by Adams Tahara. Back to a 6-goal margin, 16-10.
I'm telling you, Millsy, there are lots of Firebirds players, coaches. I think Vicky Wilson's in the crowd, so some scouting's not being done tonight.
Oh, that was a contact there. Gribble on Holland. I think we're going to get the sponge back. Yep, here comes the sponge. So a little bit of sweat on the outside of the court. And the physio comes over to see how Holland is. Remember, Holland has the knee tendonitis. She has been managing it all season. Yeah, it's a real who's who of netball tonight, isn't it? There's, if you had your autograph book. Do they still have autograph books?
No,
that's
it's
a thing.
selfies now.
It's the 70s. Go get yourself a selfie. There's diamonds galore. I've seen 3. And, of course, 4. Megan Anderson's here as well. So down they go. Adams Tahara with it.
She's coming out. I'm loving this movement, but my goodness, Bakewell-Doran again.
Oh, that's over a third. Or was it? Maybe Stour got herself in the mid-third.
No.
I'd like to see that on replay if we can. So, and now it's turned over. It's just become a turnover-a-thon. 16-11. The margin is 5. QUT really looking to put the cherry on top in this first quarter. Bakewell-Doran is having something to say about it. Here we go. Let's watch it on replay. Oh, I thought she was in the third, but umpire saw it differently. Holland, that's her best shot of the match. Gets it back to 12 to 16. Margin of 4. So this will be 3 in a row for the Cougars. Just what they needed.
Macy got all alone, thinking the same thing.
Yeah. So a bit of a QUT there. So Stour outside the circle. Oh, contact again, Gribble. She's hit a couple today.
I thought that was a big hit there. Doesn't faze me as Stour though, does it?
Didn't, but no call, so they're going to let a bit to go tonight. Bachelor with it with Veve. Hands in there from, I think that was Gardner. This is a must goal for QUT. They've dropped 3 straight here. It goes out. Grant keeps it in. Looking a little ragged for QUT at the moment. They need a settler. Bachelor with it. And just like that, the siren beats us. So that'll be like a turnover. But impressive first quarter to QUT. The ladies in Tangerine, they lead it by 3. Hannah D, what do you make of that one?
Oh, that was massive from QUT. That is by far the best I've seen them play all season. So we're truly right. Anything can happen in a grand final. And Cougars, I think they need to watch themselves a bit.
3 to go in this one. We'll be back straight after these messages.
Did you know that majority of netballers aren't wearing the appropriate shoes on court? Running shoes or generic trainers don't provide the grip and support for the quick, dynamic movements needed in a game. It's time to make the swap with Mizuno.
Welcome back. It's grand final night in the HART Sapphire Series for 2021. We've got the number 1 seed Brisbane North Cougars taking on the underdogs QUT Netball. And at quarter time, it's QUT 16-13. My name's Dave Mills, joined in commentary by Hannah Davies, journalist extraordinaire. Hannah, what would you write about this one?
Oh, look, I think it's the story of the season, really. I mean, QUT, the last 3 times they've met, have lost. Each time the Cougars get better, but it seems that this round, the opposite is true. QUT are pulling out the performance of a season. Bachelor and Adam Stahara have been excellent in the shooting end. Adam Stahara, 90%.
She shot 88 for the season, so I'm not surprised.
She did, and Bachelor 78% as well. So
that's about her season average. I think she's 75 for the season, so that's about on par.
It absolutely is. Actually doing better than the Cougars, which is hard to do. Stour 67%, Holland 80%, and Rika 63%.
So changes there. Rika's, of course, started. They took her off about halfway through that quarter, brought Riley Holland on. And as a result, it was it had a little bit of effect. It got the margin back to 3. So don't forget, join us on the Facebook page. It's become a bit of a debate about COVID. Let's keep it about netball. Tell us where you are and tell us your thoughts on the game. And by all means, keep it friendly on the Facebook page, please. And any changes you can see at quarter time?
Not so far. It's a little hard to tell so far. They all tend to love wearing a bib.
Everyone wears a bib. If you're not wearing a bib, you're not there.
Well.
So the chant goes up for QUT. They've stacked this side of the stadium with QUT sport people, and the place is going nuts. So Cougars get us underway for the second quarter. They're down by 3. Unfamiliar territory for the Cougars. Oh, I can't see any changes. What about you? Oh, is that Rika's has gone back on its shooter?
She has. Rika's. Bit of a hug to the post there. That's her own goal shooter. Seems to be the only change on court.
In other news, Hannah D, Rika's is on because Holland's gone to the Medico bench in the far left there. She is injured. She came into this, the knee's been troubling her all season. So 16-13, the quarter time score. And it is back with the Cougars. They didn't score the first time down. QUT couldn't do it either. Dribble and Taylor working hard. Fight across there. Gardner, looks in, finds Rikas. Contact call. Rikas for the settler. She gets it. That's 4 straight for for Cougars. Remember, it was 16-10 in favour of QUT. They need a Mizuno momentum shift right here. Holland finds Adam Stahara. No, it's a turnover through Grant, I think that was. And the Cougars are fighting back. They're centre next. We could all be tied up here in a minute, Hannah D.
We certainly could be, and that's the thing about the Cougars. You can never drop your game. They will just fight and fight. Rika's back on. Goes for a long shot. There she goes. She's confident.
Semi-final one, it was a 17-10 second quarter in favour of the Cougars. So we'll see how that pans out for this one. They're leading at 2-0 at the moment. Holland at the top. Again, Rikas, she's getting involved. The coolest cat in the league shoots. She misses on this occasion.
And Gribble is all over that rebound. So here's the transition from QUT.
QUT, they're in the Tangerine. They're going down the right-hand side.
Beautiful work here from Bachelor. You can see she's stepped up a bit in terms of being a playmaker.
So
leaving more of the holding work for Adams Tahara.
She shoots, she scores. The margin back to 2. QUT, their centre now. Can they get it back to the halftime margin of 3? So Veve with it, fires it across. Back with Bachelor. She's been playing exceptionally well. Shoots long on this occasion, can't get it in, and Adams Tahara can't get the board. And Cougars in transition. My picks it up, shows her speed. There's some fast players out there, isn't there?
Oh, too fast for their own good. I almost thought there would have been a collision just then.
Loose ball here, it falls away. No, there's an umpire's call. I think it's on Haig, is it?
And offside, I believe.
Offside, those pesky shoelaces. That's why we should have Velcro. Been saying it all year.
It's an interesting business strategy, but there goes Rikas.
Mops and Velcro.
So Cougars back to 17. They're only trailing by 1 now. It's 3-1 this quarter. So it seems that quarter 1, the Cougars sometimes struggle, but so far the rest of the game has not been an issue.
Joining us now, we've got Liz White in the stands. Liz, you fought hard, you got it back to 1. Bit of a slow start for your side though, yeah?
It was definitely a slow start. Not what we would hope for. Lots of silly, unforced errors. But, you know, that's grand finals, isn't it?
We saw you made the change early on. You took Rikas off. You brought Holland on. Holland now on the bench. That knee giving her a bit of trouble again?
No, she got creamed.
We did see that.
Yes, now she's probably got a cork or something in her down the muscle. So she's out.
Hope to have her back, or you think she's done for the
game?
game?
No, I think she's done. Okay.
So thank you for that.
Okay.
See you, Liz.
Bye.
Liz White there, the master coach, calling it like she sees it. Honest appraisal. That's what you always get with Liz. So the Cougars turn it over here. While we're talking to Liz, they tied it up at 17. This is a chance to go ahead.
So that's another one through Vivian Fitzpatrick.
We've talked about Fitzpatrick all season. We've talked about that girl, Rikas. There's Holland on screen. She's limbering up. I think that Liz is going to have a dilemma. I think she wants to come on. So...
But it seems that Rikas coming back on may have brought the extra fight for them this quarter, 5-1 so far. So QUT, we know they can start strong, but the question still remains, can they maintain?
You're thinking they'll be calling a timeout shortly. They're on a 6-1 run coming out of this, and it's, that could have gone either way. It goes the way of the QUT side. They need to absorb this pressure here, QUT. There's Mike Petrides. He is the Ruby coach as well, filling in for manager at the moment. Back with QUT, Veve, the chant goes up.
So this one is incredibly important for QUT. They need to stay with the Cougars because once they run off a little, they're incredibly hard to catch up with.
They are great front runners, but the Mizuno momentum shift there helps QUT. They get it back to 1. We see Dakota Newson coming on, the youngster, the youngest player in the comp, is coming on at wing attack for her first grand final at this level. How must she be feeling, Hannah?
How much should we be feeling? Oh, I think a little nerves. You can see the shakes of the hands, but when you're that young and that talented,
holy moly,
and you can pass like that, no need to be nervous.
Where were the nerves there? That was brilliant. The drive to the top of the circle and the release. Holy moly.
That's huge. So having a player like Dakota on the bench, there's Veve again. I've got to say, I feel like she's winning the battle between her and Gardner a little bit.
The Firebird training partners going head-to-head as Gardner hits the deck. That was because of Haig, not Veve. The Ferrari's leading it at the moment, you call it. We settle for a moment. Now we got time. I think we're getting the sponge out. And here comes our momentum killer. We've got to do this better. I'm begging.
Look, it's almost a good thing. I feel like any
moments
that the girls can catch their breath, you can see the red faces, they're panting. So
It's worse in men's netball, let me tell you. Because those guys, they sweat everywhere and they're stopping every 2 minutes. We've got to find something better. So, the young lady from BNA Netball Association does well. I think that's BNA, or is that... Yeah, that's definitely BNA, isn't it?
You're exactly right, yeah, BNA.
So, of course, we saw BNA. Madison Davies played before in the Cougars team that won in the Ruby.
So here we go. This is a huge turnover for QUT. They need to convert this one to stay alive in this quarter.
They throw it away. Miscommunication there between the back end of the court. Hay couldn't pull it in, so the margin is still 1 in favour of QUT. Sorry, 1 in favour of the Cougars. So Stour with it. Finds Maimo. That was brilliant. Oh, Rikas pulls it in well. Settles for the shot and scores. Danger signs here. The margin back to 2, 21-19. Cougars starting to pull away with it. It's an 8-3 quarter at the moment. Don't forget, they scored the last 3 of the first quarter, the Cougar side. So Bakeldoran with it. Maimai now, she's put the afterburners on there. This experienced QUT side. Rikas with it. This to make it 3. Biggest, no, she can't. And the ball falls the way of Taylor. So Veve, all of a sudden there's not a lot to throw to.
Yeah, you can see the hand going up. She's calling for her teammates to come forward. It's all Veve right now.
So there must be fatigue starting to come in. Dakota Newsom needs to draw. There it is. There she is. Well done. And oh, that was a loose pass.
So,
Stour had a good look at it.
If it's coming down to fatigue, Dakota Newsom right now, youngest player on court, she's the one that needs to step up and guide her players along with Bachelor, because I don't think that girl ever gets tired.
Bachelor does not, I don't think. Anyway, she's got it now. She needs to suck them in here and take the shot. She does. Nothing but nets. QUT back to 1.
Huge goal from Bachelor, 9 from 12, so at 75%.
And we've got a timeout. Timeout QUT. We called it. We thought it might have come a goal or 2 earlier. But 21-20 QUT and Cougars, they lead it by 1. Hannah D, it's been Cougars in the second quarter throwing everything at QUT.
Yeah, it really has been. I'd love to be a fly on the wall in Liz White's coaching circle, because she's transformed her team. They were 3 down at quarter time, and now they're winning this quarter by 4.
We're going to listen into QUT instead, see what Paul's got to say.
I want you to play 3 minutes of your life. All right? I want you to have a rest and get ready to go back on. So it's like a little bit of time to come down.
I'd like a Coke, please. Yeah, big sugar.
Really make sure. Let's have the winners back.
Oh, can I get water?
That's it, guys. As soon as the ball's here, I want us to go here and here. I want our defenders to come down. If they're not there, I want us to cut. We need to bring that ball down a lot more crisper, and I want to have 2 to 3 options out there. Let's go. Let's go now. Here we go, Strickland.
Combination of a rev up and a bit of technical advice there from Paula Stewart. She sets teams better than most for grand finals, and she is excited that the team's only 1 down at the moment. There's been a change. Wing defense, it looks like Haig's gone to the bench, and Nadia Roselli is coming on. She'll start at wing defense. We didn't see her a lot in the prelim, but we saw her a lot in the first game of the final series when, unfortunately, Nora Missa did her knee.
Yeah, and you can hear Paula Stewart in that circle there saying Claire's coming off for 3 minutes and she wants Roselli to play the best 3 minutes of her life. So
3 minutes of her life. Not a big task at all. Thanks, Paula. Stour scores and gets another one, 22-20. How's Stour's stats going?
Yeah, look, she's certainly improved throughout the game. She's 6 from 9, so not her usual accurate self, but I think it's usually we see that when the accuracy drops, it's because the work rate is just so high.
So Bachelor with it now, finds Veve. They're struggling to get it to Adams Tahara a little bit in this quarter.
Yeah, and we
except
saw
on that occasion.
We saw that in the first final against the Cougars, is that Remy Camo is just all over Adams Tahara. They are both such strong players. The matchup is so intense.
So Adams Tahara cuts the margin to 1, 22-20. Back with the Cougars now through Mai right on the transverse line. Finds Stour. They fired across. Gardner, brilliant work. Really Gribble in the air, but couldn't prevent the ball getting to Rikas.
Such patience there from Gardner too.
So, sorry, yeah, I'll catch you off there, go.
To wait until Rikas was free and just deliver the perfect pass.
So a loose pass there from Grant, who's come back on for Dakota Newsom. So Grant was just freshening up. And the ball goes over the baseline. This is huge. This will give them the biggest lead of the match for Cougars. If Rika scores on this occasion, she's in close, and she does. Margin is now 3. That's the biggest lead for the Cougars so far this game.
Yeah, it's a massive quarter for them, 11-5 so far. So QUT, I've said it before, but if they want to stay in this, they've really got to catch up now, because once the Cougars get in a run, they won't drop.
You weren't here last year, Hannah D, but this is what the Cougars did. They won the second quarter by 18-7 and won the match by 12. So it was a big turn of events in the second quarter of the last championship game. So they're trying to do that again. QUT are staying a lot closer than the Jets were able to last year. So Grant fires across Verver. They just need to find Adams Tahara a little better. She's setting screens for Bachelador, but wants it now. Bachelador won't pass. She'll shoot, and why wouldn't she? 25-22.
So my for the Cougars goes to Stour.
Oh, Gribble, sorry. Back with, it's an outside call. No, just inside. Gribble out of play. Stour, pass or shot, steps across, takes the shot and scores. The lead is 4 to play in the first half, Hannah D.
QUT ball in hand. Adams Tahara, and that is the hold they've been waiting for.
That's what they need to do. Get it to the tall. She'll put the team on her back and bring them home.
Losa Nuimata takes the court here for the Cougars, so she'll give Vivian Fitzpatrick a rest.
Will she play the best 3 minutes of her life, do you think?
Oh, look, knowing the Cougars, yes.
So, Rikas continues to fire away. She misses one uncharacteristically. The news on Holland is she's back on the bench. Liz made it pretty clear she probably wouldn't come back out. Oh, they turn it over here. Roselli couldn't pull it in. High ball. Rikas splits well, close to the hoop, shoots and misses, but there's a whistle. Taylor out of play. For the diff. Biggest lead of the match. Cougars own it, 27-23. Biggest lead for the Cougars, sorry. Of course, QT led by 6 in the first quarter. So it's been a game of 2 halves within a half, if that makes sense. Oh, turnover here. That is not good. And all of a sudden, Cougars looking like the Cougars we've known all season that led them to 15-0. My with it. They fire it across now. Stour. Nowhere to go. Has to go to My. Macy Gardner in the pocket. I wouldn't leave her by herself.
No, you certainly wouldn't. Stour wants to get closer. Huge amount of pressure coming from Gribble and Taylor, but she's getting more accurate as the game goes along. She's now crept up to 73%.
Danger signs here. Cougars lead it by 5. Tarika's chance to go to 6. We've got calls aplenty. I think there's contact call on Rikas. It was. And Martina Rikas settles and shoots beautifully. And with 2:20 to play, Cougars by 6. They need a Mizuno momentum shift desperately here. All of a sudden, we've seen a swat. We've seen Adams Tahara playing like a goal attack. Bachelador was setting up for the shot there. They've stopped the volume getting to Adams Tahara, the defensive end of the Cougars.
Yeah, you're completely right. I think that she's usually an enormous target for QT, but Remy Kamo is just all over her.
That goal to Adams Tahara is another Mizuno momentum shift, and they needed it desperately. So margin 5, Stour gets us back to 6, 30-24. The Ferrari, again, she's had a big game thus far, and she's gone down here. Oh, contact call. Grant can't keep it in. This is a turnover to Cougars. It's been a great second quarter for them. What's this quarter time score here, Hannah D?
17-8, so you're exactly right. Whatever happened in that first quarter, this is the usual Cougars side that we're used to.
Indeed it is. So this time My gets it in the pocket, looks across. They're swinging from side to side. QT not picking up on that at the moment.
And again, Macy Gardner left alone on that circle. Wondering if fatigue is creeping into Veve a bit.
It could be. Like, they had to play the prelim just 6 days ago. And whilst they won comfortably in the end, it would have taken a lot out of them. So back with My. Rikas again to My. The chant for QUT stands. They're calling the defense. But Rikas won't have any of it. She gets goal number, what is that? Number plenty? Number 20 out of 26. And back with QUT now. They need a goal. It's desperate times. They're down by 8. They cannot turn it over here. And they do through Gardner. Oh, it might fall their way on the throw, and it does. Holland there on the bench. We may not see her again tonight. Big ball finds Adams Tahara. They're working in, very patient. Adams Tahara's on the ground. Bachelor has to do it all herself. She scores. Bachelor, what's her stats at the moment?
11 from 14, so 79%. A great game from her.
So the goal finishes with a Mizuno momentum shift towards the QUT side. They get the last one of the first half, but they are still down by 7. 32 to 25. Second half action coming up straight after these messages.
Hey Netty fans, Netball Queensland is seeking your support for our Diamond Spirit program in 2021. This program is absolutely amazing because it provides opportunities for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students in the most remote and regional communities in Queensland. Every dollar that is raised will go towards the leadership programs and also providing the opportunity for people in those most remote communities in Queensland to play the sport that we absolutely love. Your donation will make a huge impact on the lives of our Diamond Spirits girls, simply giving them the opportunity to follow their dreams. So, to donate today, jump on the website or make sure you make a donation when you register for Netty in 2021. And don't forget, if your donation is greater than $2, it will be tax deductible.
Welcome back to the HART Sapphire Series Grand Final night for 2021, coming to you live from Nissan Arena in the southern suburbs of Brisbane. Of course, we are an Olympic city for 2032. Brisbane North Cougars, the number 1 seed, taking on QUT Netball. And after a first quarter that was all QUT, the Cougars have fought back and they lead it by 7. My name's Dave Mills, Hannah Davies. We're looking at a highlights package here of the big matchup of the game between Bachelor and Bakewell Doran. Bachelor probably had the best of the first quarter, and you say Bakewell Doran came into it in the second, yeah?
Yeah, look, she's undeniably, I think, the competition's greatest defender. So it's no surprise that she's come into her own in the second quarter. You're right, I think she was kept a little quiet by Bachelor, but she's just one of the fittest players as well, that she'll just keep pushing and pushing. And what I love most about her, and as you can see in the highlights, is that she really aids that transition to the Cougars. She doesn't just let it go once she gets the intercept. She'll bring it down directly to the transverse line.
Indeed, it's been an impressive start. We called it at the start. We said these two young ladies could go a long way to determining who wins this match. And there they are, both training partners for the Firebirds, both bringing it tonight. It's been an impressive game so far from both of those young ladies. Well, let's just talk stats. Shooting stats at the moment, just go by the group. 32 out of 42 for the Cougars at 76. QUT actually a lot higher percentage, 25 from 29 at 86%. The key stat for me is Adams Tahara only had 15 shots. They need to get the ball to her more. But that young lady there, Bakewell Doran and Remy Camo, doing an amazing job on Adams Tahara to slow down. Join us on the commentary through the Facebook page. Lots of QUT. The Orange Army, I think they missed the memo, we're actually the Tangerines. But anyway, and lots of support for Numata. The whole family from Sydney is watching. So great to have them joining us, as you can. Anytime you want, drop us a line through the Facebook page. We'll try and get back to you. Thank our sponsors, HART Sports, the principal sponsor, Legassic Jewelers, Mizuno, Mount Franklin and Powerade. Drinking a bit of their product right now. So are you drinking a bit of Mount Franklin there, the major partners?
We're all drinking Mount Franklin, Mildy.
I had a bit of Mount Franklin
choking on
going down the wrong way. Excuse me. Bondi Vite is the vitamin supplier, and of course, Strap It, who supply all the tape. Our broadcaster, as they have been for the last 3 years, Double Take Sports, Gina and the team. There's a big crew tonight. We've got 6 or 7 cameras, and we've got the whole crew here. Gina, Zoe, Zach, Caitlin, Rob, Campbell, and Fausto. What a crew, and they are the best in the business. Speaking of Firebirds, there's a few of them hanging from the ceiling.
Oh, Milsey.
So, big crowd in tonight, big section. You can't see it on this side of the court. There's the grandstand's probably 3/4 full, and there's a lot of support for QUT, and they get the chant going. So what would you do? Put your coach's hat on, Hannah D. What would you say to your team if you're trying to fight back from 7 down at half-time in the big dance?
Look, I feel like for QUT, it's just a mental game now, and it's just managing that fatigue and just, you know, knowing that this is the last time you'll take court for the season, put everything on the line. We saw in that first quarter that you know, strategically and talent-wise, they've got everything they need. And Cougars, you know, they're not undefeatable. I think we've seen those glimpses throughout the season where people have caught up on them, but what they are is consistent, and that's what QUT needs to be right now.
There was a shot of Romelda in the crowd, and there's a shot of Romelda hanging from the ceiling. So, of course, got no idea. Is she back next year? Have they signed? Oh, no, they're waiting for the new agreement to come out.
Yeah.
So no one's signed for next year.
No contract signings yet. I've been waiting very patiently for that to happen.
Come on, Netball Australia, we're waiting.
Of course, more importantly, the contract signings that I'm hoping to see is some of our girls. I'm feeling very passionate about Ruby Beckler-Doran getting a contract. I think, if not with the Firebirds, with someone, surely.
I think anyone who knows netball knows that young lady is oozing talent. So it'll be surprising to see her not get a contract, put it that way. And 32-25, half-time, 7 the difference. We probably thought in our hearts it might have been a little bit more for the Cougars, so great effort so far by QUT.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, again, they've shown in the first quarter that they can hold on and they can maintain their performance. So, third quarter, it's the championship quarter, is it not, Millsy?
It is indeed, and I'm telling you, this next 5 minutes will go a long way to determining this outcome of this match. They're the two we've been focusing on all night. Hello, we've got the Viking clap going.
Yeah, we can see the Orange Army there, as they call themselves.
Tangerine.
No, the comments say Orange Army, Millsy.
All right, I'll jump on board. It's the Orange Army, and they've got the clap going. But QUT are not starting us. It's the Cougars' first set of pass, and a turnover immediately to the Orange Army. The ladies in orange bring the ball down the court. And Haig's back out there. Let's see if there's any other changes. So Roselli played the 3 minutes of her life. Oh, and that was Numata. Got a hand on that one. Unfortunately, goes out. There's Lenora Missa. Oh, how they're missing her.
Gotta say, I'm loving the ski mask from QUT.
That man's, he's taking wearing a face mask to a serious level.
He is. That's what I call COVID safe.
He's everything safe. Probably could go and do a few armed robberies too. It's the sort of thing you do.
That is what they are doing.
So,
the only robbery that QUT are doing tonight is the championship.
It's the champion indeed. And there's a few high-vis vests there, I think. So now the footy songs start. QUT get the first in the second quarter. They get the margin back to 6. Grant can't find it.
Nui Mata takes that one. Gardner, the transition is so quick.
So Grant dropped a couple in this game so far. They need to stop this one here. Fires it across to Mai, who finds Rikas, and she scores. Nothing seems to faze her. So 1-1 in the third quarter. Margin still 7. Cougars, they look in. This one, Rikas can pull it in. She does. And Mai with it.
Beautiful little spin there from, I think you said Mai Stour.
Mai past the Stour.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thought my eyes were deceiving. Brilliant move on Bakell-Doran there by Bachelor. Draws the contact a long way out. She'll probably pass off here, and does. And a bit of a cuddle.
Yeah.
Bit of love out there.
Some friendly contest. Oh, I don't know if there's any love out there tonight.
Maybe in about, I don't know, half an hour or so there might be a bit of love.
Yep.
So Cougars have it. Oh, that was nearly pickpocketed as well. Veve looks like she's hunting for one. Back we go. They fire across. Grant with the contact on the transverse line. The ball still with the Cougars. Veve on the floor again. Does she call for the towel? No, she doesn't. So the ladies in red with it now. The defending premiers, the Cougars, trying to protect this perfect season. Rikas does. There's their bench. Bit of depth on that bench. And it's back with the women in orange. Bachelor comes out. Fires it across. Oh, loose hands, and it's brilliantly picked up by Macy Gardner.
Incredible from Gardner again, and the way she transitions so smoothly.
Oh.
Umpire says QUT throw in.
I think she signalled the other way, and the crowd was about to go nuts, but the correct call in the end falls the way of QUT. So you said earlier you thought Veve was having the better of Gardner. Do you think Gardner's come back into it?
Yeah, look, I've got to say she definitely is. Last quarter was won 19-9. This quarter, QUT are looking like they're about to lead 4-2. So I feel like Gardner's fitness right now is just what sets her aside.
So the shot is successful. It's a margin of 9. We hope to be joining the QUT coach shortly, and we do. We have Paula Stewart on the line. Paula, a great start for your side, yeah?
Yeah, it was a great start. I mean, at the moment, the momentum went Cougars' way in the second quarter, but, mate, it's a game of 4 quarters, so we're hoping that the third quarter might be ours.
So, struggled a little bit to get the ball to Adams Tahara in the second quarter. Is that something you addressed at halftime?
Yeah, it was something addressed. I mean, it's just sometimes with the movement, she's a strong girl, getting pushed a lot, but just like that one. But she's one that can pull it in, and we just need her to pull it in a lot stronger than what she has been.
She's grabbed it there. She'll get the one here, get you back to a margin of just 8. That's pretty easy to do from here, yeah?
Oh, look, it's only a few turnovers. It's just more now with the belief. I mean, we've had a few different combinations that we had out there. So we've got Claire Hack, who's never played wing defence much before in her netball career, but she's given out a good old crack out there tonight. So Riley's been doing some great shots. I shouldn't have said that as she was shooting. But
you've been a commentator, you should know about the curse. So good luck for the second half and the remainder of this one. I backed you in by 2, so make me proud.
All right, mate, we'll do.
Thanks, Paula.
Thanks. So did you hear that, Millsy? Paula saying that Claire Haig has never really played wing defence. You could have fooled me.
Indeed. At the Tigers, I can't recall exactly, but I thought she was more mid to wing attack. But here she is playing wing defence for these guys. And the margin is crept out to 9. So Rika's with a chance to take it to double figures. She misses, gets her own rebound. Gribble couldn't pull it in.
She's one of the smartest movers, Rika's. You know, she's not the tallest or the biggest, but the way she holds is near perfect.
So double figures is the lead to the Cougar side. It's a margin of 10. And again, they're finding it hard to find Adams Tahara or not confident taking it in. They probably have to take a few risks now and just sort of throw it into the space and see if she's good enough to pull it in. Easier said than done on Remy Camo, but it's not a bad take. Oh, the Ferrari nearly saved it in the pocket.
What a chase, though. But, yeah, you're exactly right, Millsy. I think that Adams Tahara, if you've seen her live in person, you'll know that she is so strong, and she is definitely strong enough to take those high balls. I think it's just that belief, and the belief in her wing attack and her centre to get it up to her.
So the ball is with Cougars, and there they are on screen, a few of the fans, and they lead it by 11. And they're doing, as we say quite often, what the Cougars do. This is a huge shot. Stour and gets it. In the blink of an eye, it's out to 12, 8:53 to play in the third. I said the first 5 minutes was going to be crucial in determining this game, and it could be the case. So Baxeldor still with this incredible work rate. Now, opens up nicely for Adams Tahara. She can't pull it in, but they get that. No, it's come off Baxeldor at last, but called the other way.
So the umpires on both sides are letting a lot of contact play, so they obviously just want the players to grind it out.
Body on body, or what do you call it before? Skin on skin.
Yeah, that's how tight. That is how tight it was.
A replay here. The ball back with QT. Hand in there. Lamar, can she keep it in? She doesn't. I thought she did. My eyes deceived me yet again. I have to get these glasses checked, I think.
It's been like that tonight, Millsy. Taylor helps out, goes to Veve. Grant on the move. So Adams Tahara holding strong here. That's what she's been tasked to do.
She's a bit of a moving target at the moment, which is not probably what they want. Now she needs to just post up, and she does beautifully. That's what we wanted.
And home alone too.
The Macaulay Culkin, home alone. I prefer the K-Cotty. So back we go now with the Cougars. That was a Mizuno momentum shift in favour of QUT. The chance starts for the QUT defence, but this young lady, Martina Rikas, she is everywhere in that circle.
She is 25 from 32, so that's a great workload from her. She is the #1 volume shooter in the final series, while Adams Tahara is the most accurate.
Dakota Newson's come on at wing attack, and I reckon this is a smart move. She's got the exuberance of youth, and I reckon she'll just throw it in. And if Adams Tahara is good enough, she'll pull it in. If the passes are good enough, she'll pull them in. And this could be the turning point for QUT, because they're down by 12. They've got to look at something. And this young 16-year-old could give them the spark. Oh, great pass there. Baxeldor comes off Adams Tahara last. So, unfortunately, that was one that went straight in, but unable to be held by Adams Tahara under the attention of Remy Camo. Oh, Bakel Doran in traffic.
Oh, and look at that. Rikas just picks up the scraps. It's like it was made to be that transition.
It wasn't pretty, but it was brilliant at the same time. There's Liz. She's happy with that, having a chat to Amanda Vanderwall. 13, the magic number, and they lead it by 13 with 6:12 to play. And we're back with Stour. This would really be a put a dagger through the heart if they score here. And unfortunately they do. It's a 14-goal margin. When I say unfortunately, if you're an Orange fan, again, this time they find Adams Tahara.
So they're finding Adams Tahara, but it seems that a couple of the times she's just a bit too far out. So
they're playing very smart. Like Camo seeming to hold the high, and Bakel Doran is just in the vicinity enough to throw doubt in the mind of the passer. So she's not on her, but she's not far enough away from her, and that's where the hesitation's coming. They almost need to take the risk and just peg it in, and if Bakel Doran's good enough to get it, then so be it.
So we can see Naomi Fitzpatrick emerging into the rolling sub-zone.
Oh, no.
This will throw Millsy. So it's definitely not Naomi and not Vivian.
Oh, no.
I can't confirm.
So back with QUT. It's 14 the difference at the moment. Bachelor door.
So Naomi gets a hand on it first. Dakota gives her a huge thump. Welcome to the court, she says.
The 16-year-old swinging the elbows, loving it. We're back to 13. This is the time. They've got to make a little run here. They don't want to be going into the last quarter double figures down. But Stour, she just is so efficient on everything she does except missing that shot. So QUT the Cougars have this, and the cameraman is being told to move back again. You can see it on camera there. She's very stern about it. This is hilarious. So the cameraman been asked to move on 2 separate occasions.
It's probably the slowest move I've ever seen as well.
Well, he's walking backwards with a whole heap of equipment. Oh, brilliant work there by Rikas.
It's pretty obvious he's never played netball, because if the umpire tells you to move, you move.
So the shot to the Cougars gets them marching back to 14.
And Jess Lakeman was telling me to get off court, I was sprinting.
Yeah. You got to know when you beat.
Oh, you do.
So, screen set. Oh, Bakel. Oh, sorry. That was just a mess. Dakota Newson hits the deck.
It's no other way to say it. That was exactly a mess. Yeah. But this performance from the Cougars is certainly not. Gardner and Maimai just going between the two with such ease.
I hate to say it, but this is danger signs here for the QUT side. It's 15. And I also want to say, how well is Macy Gardner? Like, I agree with you. I think maybe Veve had it in the first quarter, but Gardner has probably won the last 2 in that matchup.
Yeah, she really doesn't drop her performance, and she's another one like Bakel Doran that I can guarantee you is playing for a Super Netball contract right now. We saw her come into the Firebirds as a replacement in the 2020 season, part of the extended squad. This year, only a training partner, so I can tell you right now that those two will be ready when the Firebirds come calling.
They could do worse than picking either of those two. Bachelor picks it up here. Oh, brilliant work by her. They find Adams Tahara. Bachelor took Bakel Doran with her, and that opened it up just enough for Adams Tahara. Gets it back to 15. A desperate Mizuno momentum shift there to QUT. Again, the flow at the moment for the offensive end of the Cougars is just a little bit too slick at the moment.
It certainly is, and even that rebounding there from Mia Stour. She's been excellent in the last 2 quarters, 18 from 22, 82%. And her partner Rika's 77%. So
the only option they have is Roselli. And actually, as I say that, she's warming up. She's going in at GD. It looks like Taylor might come off for a stint to freshen up and have a big last crack in the last quarter.
Is that a desperate move, Millsy?
Not desperate at all. Like, she plays goal defence in the Ruby side. She's very talented. That's what I said might happen. Like, they'd be looking straight in, but unfortunately that time the pass doesn't connect. And Cougars in transition yet again. They lead it by 16. It only seems a few minutes ago we were saying QUT by 6.
Yeah, it certainly does. Performance of their season in the first quarter, but I think for the seasons to come, consistency and that stamina is what they'll need to find. And they are, of course, a younger team. They've never played together before, whereas this Cougar side we know are very familiar with each other, but also really familiar with the coaching team.
So Cougars, they average 70 a game, and I hate to say it, but they're on track for that again in this grand final. They're at 50 at the moment. So the QUT side are probably going to have to get a wriggle on and need a lazy 30 in the last quarter to try and stem the flow. So here comes Dakota Newson. She's got it again, looks in. Again, Adams Tahara a little bit high.
Yeah,
it's on now, and she does well. Adams Tahara steps in for the shot and gets it. Her percentage is ridiculously high. She's 22 from 24. They just need to get that 24. They need to make that 24 or 40. So back with Rikas. Of course, Rikas has a 50-point game already this season, and she gets goal 52 for the Cougar side. Back with the orange side of QUT. A bit of energy has been taken out of their supporters. This has been an impressive third quarter, Hannah D. What's the margin?
20-9. So
20-9.
This quarter is just all Cougars. We saw before Naomi Fitzpatrick got a hand on it. So the Fitzpatrick sisters, I want to know their training routine, because whatever it is.
Don't tell me they're on the court together.
No, they're not yet. That would be far too confusing for Millsy.
Anyway, Child sisters, the Fitzpatrick sisters. So Rikas, there's only one of her, and the coolest cat in the league misses one.
So Roselli takes that one up. She helps out again. Ooh, a bit of a miscommunication here. An unfortunate replay call. It didn't look like it was controlled at all.
So the quarter comes to an end. It's a margin of 17. They win it 20-10. An impressive championship third quarter to the Cougars side, and they lead it by 17 coming into the last one. How this one will finish up, we'll find out when we come back from these very brief messages.
As a small-town girl from a tight-knit family, I was nervous about moving to the city to study at QUT. But I soon found my feet, thanks in part to the Uchery unit, who help Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students like me adapt and thrive. At QUT, I've taken every opportunity that's come my way and was named the Queensland Law Society's First Nations Law Student of the Year. It's been a challenging journey, and QUT is helping me succeed.
Welcome back to the last quarter of the 2021 HART Sapphire Series season. It's the 1v2, it's the grand final. That young lady there, Martina Rikas, is having a lot to say in this one, and the Cougars, they lead it 52-35. That's the QUT bench. They've worked hard tonight, and they led it early. My name's Dave Mills, joined in commentary by Hannah Davies. It was a great start for the QUT side, but the class of the Cougars just coming to the fore in the last two quarters.
Absolutely. I think there's no surprises here how well QUT have been playing. Millsy, you're pointing out something to me.
I was just saying there, they've scored 19 and 20 in the last two quarters. At the same time, they've reduced their, increased their defensive and only allowed 9 and 10. And that's just an impressive performance by a great side.
Yeah, and it just shows the amount of depth across the court for the Cougars. They've even moved on, Naomi Fitzpatrick, who hasn't played a lot of court time with this side, and Losa, who, again, has been kept to the bench the last few rounds. And, of course, we know that Rikas is our main goal shooter now, and of course the usual go-to girl is Riley Holland. So, the fact that Liz said it before the game started, but they can just put anyone on court and have complete belief in them.
So Riley Holland, of course, came into the game with a bit of a knee injury. She sat out the first part of the first quarter, came on about halfway through, then copped a knock, and Liz said she's got some sort of cork in one of her legs, and that's put her out for the rest of the game. There's Halida Veve, still smiling as she always does. Don't forget, you can join us on the Facebook page. There's lots of people out. Martina Rikas is ridiculously popular on our Facebook feed. And, of course, she is an influencer, I believe, a TikTok influencer, whatever the hell that is.
But she is, and I can tell you, based on her TikTok, that she wakes up at ridiculous hours to shoot. So it shows, I can tell you that.
So, and she is a big fan. One more, Martina Rikas, your angel is watching. So her family is there, keeping her encouraged.
Someone is also requesting a dunk from Martina. I'd second that.
Wouldn't surprise me. She's Probably could. So QUT gets underway. Unfortunately, they turn it over straight away. They're in the playing catch-up netball, which is can go one of two ways. You can either catch up or it can blow out. And Cougars, this team will make you pay for every mistake. So they get one back here through Grant. Batchelor. We talked about Batchelor and Bakewell-Doran. I'd say the honours are even at the moment.
Yeah, look, I think across the court it's been pretty even. Batchelor, despite the score, has been shooting really well at 75%. So I think perhaps the main discrepancy there is Kamo is just all over Adams Tahara right now.
It happened in the major final. They couldn't find Adams Tahara that much, and it's happened again tonight. And it's a big part of the game getting it to Adams Tahara. So if you can shut that down, you can go a long way of stopping QUT. And now we find the ball is with Keisha Grant. She finds Adams Tahara quite easily. Needs this in, and that's 2 in a row to start the last quarter. The comeback's on, Hannah D. QUT, they're only down by a mere 15. And this will be for 3 straight. Adams Tahara a long way from home. And Batchelor playing shooter role, grabs it and scores. 3 straight to the QUT side, starts the last quarter.
So perhaps that's the change they need to make. Batchelor sticking to the post. Adams Tahara causing a bit of havoc around the circle.
So the chant goes up for QUT. The men in orange get the chant going. Stour for the Mizuno momentum changer. And nothing but net.
She's having an excellent game too, 20 from 24 at 83%. So
I think she missed those first 4 in the first quarter.
I think you're right. I think it was the first few, and that's just been it. Macy Gardner again. Look at her go. She gets the tip on her, and in a second, she's back on the circle line, ready to throw it in.
So Gardner with it again in the pocket. Rika hits the floor, gets up, and gets the ball. And scores goal number 54. And everything QUT throw at this team is not enough at the moment. They have tried everything. So you're calling for Cougars to be the 9th team in the Suncorp Super Netball.
I was.
Are you still standing by that?
Oh, what do you think, Melzy? Of course. I mean, they've been just so consistent this season. There is so much talent in that team. Not only the players, but the coaching staff, and I'm sure the medical team as well. They do an excellent job for their club. And of course, the Ruby series, the Cougars won by what, 20?
It wasn't close.
It wasn't close. So I think if you're wondering, you know, where to go to pursue your netball dream,
don't go to the Cougars.
Wow.
You won't get
it's too competitive. Completely agree. But
so
speaking of competitive, look at that little drive between Grant and Batchelor.
Batchelor won't give up and scores again, and another Mizuno momentum shift, margin back to 16.
So a quite different change-up we're seeing here. Tushayama Alsop has moved on to wing defense. She's traditionally a shooter wing attack role.
So QUT side seem to have a little bit more energy at the moment. That needs to go, and it misses, but it's okay. Adams Tahara gets the putback, and they've hit 40. It's back to 15. So here they come, the QUT side.
So QUT leading this quarter so far, 5-3. Regardless of the score, I think it's knowing Paula, if they can pull off this quarter and finish strong, I think it'll mean a lot for the girls in the seasons to come.
Unfortunately, that pass goes astray, and Kamo will get us going with a sideline throw in. And Bakewell-Doran, this superstar. The question is, will she stay in this league or will she step up?
It is a big question, one I'm very excited to have answered.
Rikas rips it in, turns and shoots. And 56 to 40 at the moment. And it is all Cougars. Just ran into a very old friend of mine, Vicky Hunt. So came and said g'day while I'm on air. So back with the Cougars. Again, the ball is now falling their way. And Stour gets the putback. 21 from 26 for her at 81.
So you can see there, Batchelor just started that centre pass in the circle she was holding. Is that fatigue? Is it strategy?
I'd say it's strategy. Get the taller player out. Easier option to this goal third. And then get Batchelor on the move. Because I think Kamo's setting up pretty well on Look at the pace there by my mind, by the way. Kamo setting up really well on Adams Tahara, so they're just trying to mix it up. They've got to try something. When you're this far down, you've got to have a crack. And they're now down a little bit more. It's 18, 58 to 40. And things going the way of the Cougars at the moment. Breakers with it. It's been a complete performance. It's hard to pick a bad player for the Cougars, well, any game, but particularly tonight.
Oh, you just couldn't. I think each and every one of them. We've just seen another Fitzpatrick switch. Vivian's back on in wing defence. So if you call Fitzpatrick Millsy, you've got a pretty good chance of being right.
Still don't know the Child sisters either. Just call them Childs. So back with, it's now Adams Tahara from range. She needs this one. She shoots, and it hits the front of the ring. And somehow Kamo keeps it into Bakel Doran. So away they go again. Let's talk about this Cougar side. They lost 4 players from the championship side from last year. And, of course, they lost your favourite player with a knee injury early on.
Olivia Coughlin. Yeah, she's on the sideline today in the coaching division. I'm really hoping she'll make her return next season because she's an absolute star. Of course, the Cougars, it's got to be one of the most competitive defensive ends ever.
Throw Coughlin in the mix, yes.
There she is on the screen
there. She's having a big smile. She knows we're talking about us. Maybe she's got the earpieces in, listening to the Facebook page. So, but yeah, no, she's a superb athlete, and we were both impressed by her. And fingers crossed she has a full recovery and back next season.
Of course, and then the other one on the bench that we're not seeing much of tonight is Riley Holland, the captain.
So timeout being called here. I'd say it's QUT. I didn't see the signal, but I'd say it's QUT's way. Paula Stewart wants to have a chat. They're down by 22. Not a lot they can do from here other than just play for a bit of pride and try and win the quarter. What's the quarter time score now? All of a sudden, they were leading 5-3, so it's a 7 straight run to the Cougar side, and they lead at 10-5. Let's listen in.
I want us to go out there. Let's try something. We've got nothing to lose now, right? Trying something different. If you need to come back and play closed circle, play closed circle. I want us to have a look and see. Even if you mix up, you go behind, you're in front with the closed circle. Let's go out there and do something.
There's so much better when we team leader or like when we have like fast first and second phase.
So welcome back. It's the last part of the last quarter of the last game of the season, and it's all Cougars at the moment, 62-40. We just heard there from Paula Stewart. She just urging her team on to give us something for the last part of the match. Wants to play a closed circle. Do you have any idea what a closed circle is?
You can't get in.
I've got no idea either. It's closed. It's like the border to Queensland and New South Wales. It's closed. You can't get in. But she wants to try that as something different. And with 8:20 to go, it's desperate times for the QUT side. But let's talk about the QUT side. First year in the comp, and they make the final.
Yeah, look, it's really incredible. I think round 1, I spoke to Riley Bachelor, and she says, we're going to be champions. I'm thinking it's your first, team, first time in the competition. But she was right. They made the final, that's for sure.
She wasn't far off.
No, she certainly wasn't. And I think the other thing is that they were a really strong second, They really earned that second spot in the competition, dominated the Thunder, dominated the Jets. So I think for the years to come, QUT and Cougars, you said it before, Millsy, but this is the rivalry we've been waiting for.
It's the start of a rivalry, yeah, for sure. I wouldn't discount the Jets and Thunder. Like, they're strong as well, and you've got the Bull Sharks coming through. They just keep producing young player after young player. But yeah, the comp, this is my 3rd year commentator and came on late in the first season. It is so much stronger this year than previous years. It is getting better and better. So the high performance area within Netball Queensland is working well. There are some superb athletes out there. So, and you realistically, you've got 4 teams that can win it. Oh, that's a bit unfair. You probably say the Cougars are ahead, and then you've got 3 teams not that far apart, and then you've got a couple just below that. So the comp is going extremely well, and it can only get better. And I hope that I'm involved next year in this very position.
Yeah, look, I completely agree.
If the roster clerks listening.
And I think that it's so many of these girls are so close to Super Netball contracts. So clearly, whatever the coaches in the Sapphire Series are doing is working because they're producing some fine talent.
Well, don't forget, we had all the Suncorp Super Netball sides here, and a lot of our girls did get a run, you know, and if they didn't get a run, they were at least training against the Vixens and the likes that were up here, the Swifts and the Giants, etc. So it's been a great experience for them, and that's one positive to come out of that filthy COVID, but it's given our girls in Queensland a little bit more opportunity than they would normally have.
Yeah, absolutely, and speaking of opportunity, if you're wondering what you're going to be doing with your time without netball on your screens, I do believe that the Thunder side and the Sapphire team, that's the Queensland team, and the special Sunshine Coast Lightning team will be playing some matches against each other. Of course, that national competition can't be played in its usual format due to COVID, but I think the two teams would be built of majority of women on the court right now.
There's a little bit of talk that there might be a men's team involved in there as well, do like a three-way tournament. That's the rumour, they're just trying to nut that out at the moment. So
well, wouldn't that
that'll
be
be exciting. Would be great to do some live streaming of that, hint, hint. So I've just looked at my producer, he's just raised his eyebrows at me. So they fire it in, and Rikas can't pull that one in, and it's a margin of 22. We got just under 6 to play in the season, and it's Cougars. They are going to maintain this perfect season. 16-0 they'll be. It is tough in such a tough league. That just sets them apart from other teams. Liz White will get her 16th championship out of 21 attempts. That is ridiculous. That is, as I said before in the other game, that's Craig Bellamy and Wayne Bennett combined. So they get a lot of kudos, but so should Liz White for what she does in netball. So back they go. Veve, she won't stop trying. Haig with it now. That's Liz on screen there. You never know if Liz is happy or sad. So
I think she's got to be happy for the girls tonight, and particularly for the Cougars in general.
Yeah, I mean, she was worried about coming in this one. She had a valid point. They hadn't played one game in 5 weeks. They had a run against a combined men's side that gave her a bit of hit out, but she said it's nothing like playing a championship game. So Holland does sorry, that was not Holland. Holland's not even out there. That Stour does brilliantly to keep it in, but the contact call here, a bit of the energy's gone out of the room. So what's happening next? We'll have a quick wrap after this, and then there will be some presentations, the Shield, and of course, the Katie Walker medal for the Player of the Season. Stick around for that.
I'm incredibly excited to see who that's going to be. There's just so many talented women, both on and off the court, though, and we know that it can also be a rising star.
Last year, Ava Black won it, and this year there is many to choose from. I'm glad we've had nothing to do with that. There's a couple of the favourites. Looks like Riley Holland has come on at shooter. The captain's going to see out the last 4.5 minutes for her team. And she'd be a proud captain right now. And another turnover here. They just don't let up, the Cougar side. They're 6 short of their 70 average for the season. Bakewell Dawn will get us going again. So, Rikas to the bench. Holland is out there. She had a couple of shots, 4 from 5, she only played about 8 minutes in the first quarter.
Yeah, quiet game for Holland, but she's always incredibly effective when she is on court. I mean, look at that drive there. Crowd are loving that.
Yeah, I'm loving that too. That was brilliant. So, goal 65. I think the Cougars know they've got it. The bench is starting to jump around. Mai been incredible today, Mai.
Of course, sister Gemma Mai of Queensland Firebirds is watching on, and we know that she won't tip, but I can guarantee she would have been barracking on her little sister.
They're a close family. So, contact here, I think it is. And offside. Haig goes offside. It's the ball with the Cougars again, chasing goal 66. It's a pass only. There's Gardner. She seems to lose her opponent a lot. Ends up in the pocket all by herself. So Holland gets goal 66. Have you got a tip for the medal?
Oh, I've got to say I don't. I'm too stumped on that. I think, the instant mind of MVP is Ruby Bakewell-Doran. But, of course, Macy Gardner's performed tonight. Martina Rikas has also had an incredible season in terms of development and growth. And, of course, young superstar Riley Batcheldor. And, back to the Jets, Charlie Bell. There's so many names.
There are indeed. And Lily Covey was in there. She had some big matches as well. And, Steph O'Brien from the Jets. And then you go down to the Thunder. And might be hard for Thunder because they had a lot of injuries, so a lot of players missed a lot of games. But, you know, Annie Laurie was one who played most of the season, so she'd be up there.
Absolutely, and Ash Barnett. So
Barnett was good.
Just stated half the Sapphire Series list. That's how many talented women there are here.
What about Ashley Irvin from the Bull Sharks?
Oh, couldn't forget her.
And, of course, you know, sometimes when you come from a great team like the Cougars, there's so many great players, the points get shared a little bit. So, you know, yeah, anyway, I'm glad I'm not picking it. So back with the Cougars. We're in the final stages of the season for 2021. And we want to take this opportunity. Thank you, the viewers. You have been magnificent. We had 26,000 views for one of our games earlier in the season. That was fantastic. And there's been many thousands tonight, and we really appreciate it. Without you, we are not here. So keep watching. And hopefully we're back next season with this incredible crew from
Double Take Sport.
I was going to call them something else, but, you know. Okay, we'll go with Double Take Sport. It's the best in the business. So the ball is with QUT. The energy's gone from the room. Bachelor hasn't stopped trying. Neither has Addis Tahara. She's had a tough task on Kamo. In many ways, that was the matchup that won it for the Cougar side. Yeah,
I completely agree, Millsy. That matchup and the work of Macy Gardner in that centre position.
So
Riley Holland here to finish us off the last 45 seconds. So QUT will have time here, but it is all red tonight.
It is indeed, and there's lots of fans out there, including Sam. He's a big fan of Ulrika's, and he thanks us for reading out his comments earlier. No stress at all. So, well, we got... we just gave Irvin Magic a rap, and I think that might be Ashley Irvin's mum there giving us a big rap.
Oh, Mia Stour, what a finish for her tonight. She's been incredible. 22 from 27, 81%. And, of course, Rika's, the volume for her tonight.
3 seconds to go. Holland gets goal number 70. That's the season average. And the perfect season comes to a conclusion for the Cougars. Oh, Hannah D, they win it by 25, and that is not a reflection on how well QUT played, but the Cougars team just too strong on the night, just too strong all season.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think that finish from Riley Holland, the incredible long shot, just summarises the entire game from them, and by that I mean phenomenal.
Indeed it is, and QUT, honest to goodness, could not have played any better. They took it to them in the first quarter. They won it by 6, but the Cougars, they got the last 3 goals. Sorry, they won the quarter by 3, I think. Was it 16-13? Yeah, they led by 6. They gave up the last 3 goals going into the second quarter, and that got the Cougars on a bit of a roll. So, unfortunately, for the QUT side, the Cougars are just too classy tonight, and they have beaten all comers. QUT gave them the best chances. Of course, they played in the very first round. It was only 6 the difference then. And since then, no team has got close to this champion side, this champion group of young ladies. Brilliantly coached by Liz White and Amanda Vanderwall. Is there any more superlatives we could say about them, Hannah D?
No, I think we've covered it tonight. You can see the grins on their faces there. An incredible season for the Cougars, undefeated, and not even a close game, really.
It was exciting in the first quarter. Most of the second quarter was pretty good, but it's just the strength and power. Every time you make a turnover against the Cougars, they hurt you, and as a result, they run away with it. So let's take care of a few things. The QUT side, there they are in the huddle. There's Paula Stewart, the coach. That's her first defeat in the grand final at this level. What do you say for them? Who was the best for them tonight?
Oh, look, I think best for them would have to be Bachelor, but also I feel that Gribble was really strong in that goalkeeper position. She really kept pushing against Rika and then Riley Holland, so she had 2 players to be up against. I think for QUT, you know, their first time in the competition, it's an enormous bar they've set for themselves, you know, runners up in their first season, but I think it's a bar they will only come to climb.
So, indeed, their first season in the league, they finished second. For me, I reckon Vavo was pretty good tonight. So was Bachelor. Like, we talked about the Bachelor-Bakeldoran matchup, and they delivered. It was a great performance by both those players. I call it a split decision. Maybe Bakeldoran, given the volume of the score. But right now, we're going to try and touch base with... We've got Tara Hinchliffe and Riley Holland down on court.
And here we've got Riley Holland, the winning captain from the Cougars. Congrats, Riley. What a massive game.
Yeah, it was. I think that first half they definitely brought it to us, but we just knew our game plan. We knew what we had to do. We just kept putting our foot down, kept grinding right till the last buzzer.
100%. And I guess Cougars are such a successful club. I've played for them, you've played them for so many years. Why do you think this club is so successful?
I think we have to put it down to Liz White. What is there, 16 from 21 premierships, the most successful coach. I think Liz, and I think it's just a family that we have going on at Cougars. Like, everyone's got each other's backs. Undefeated champs 2021, let's go!
Congrats for us.
So a very happy captain there, and a former teammate in Tara Hinchcliffe. Of course, now she's with the Firebirds. She's out at the moment with an injury, but we hope to see her back on court soon. And that was, a very happy captain there. What else can you say about that?
An incredible effort there from Riley Holland tonight. Of course, she didn't get to make as much court time as she probably would have liked to, but you know, she's an incredible leader both on and off the court, and you can see the relationship she's developed there with the Firebirds. It's probably one of the reasons why she's so successful.
So Rudy Ellis joins us. She's got the losing captain in Halida Veve.
Disappointing to not come away with the win today, but you guys put up an awesome fight. What are your feelings after the game?
Definitely disappointed. You know, I don't think that was us tonight, but very proud of the girls. You know, we're happy with second. First year in the competition, so we'll take second.
And it's so exciting. First year in the entire competition, you guys do put up such a good fight like that. What can we look forward to for next year's season?
Oh, we're coming back, baby.
Can't wait. Awesome job out there today, HU.
Thanks, Ruth. Thank you.
So a couple of Firebird teammates there, a training partner, and of course the goalkeeper from the Firebirds. That was a great effort. Veve has sent the warning out for next year. They're coming back, baby. So look out for QUT next year. And we are setting up for the presentation. Just so you know, we're going to keep going through. The broadcast will continue. We might not continue, but the broadcast will continue. You can hear the speeches from the captains, and of course the trophies will be presented along with the Katie Walker medalist. That will be a huge thing. Just want to take this opportunity while we're here to thank our principal sponsor, HART Sports. They've been with us for 3 years. We hope the partnership continues. We love having you on board. Legassic Jewelers, Mizuno, Mount Franklin and Powerade, they're our major partners. And I think we've drunk a lot of Mount Franklin, so we probably pay for the sponsorship ourselves. Bondi Vite and Strap It, they are magnificent as well. Our team, what can I say? Double Take Sport, they're the best in the business. Gina, my director, Zoe, Zach, Caitlin, Rob and Campbell. Of course, Fausto, who's just shot a shark movie, he's back to help us out as well. It's been a great year. It's been a pleasure to work with these guys. They are superb at what they do, and if you ever need them, they are the ones to talk to. To all my fellow commentators, it's been mainly you and I, Hannah D, but we had Joel Wise in there as well, and we've had many others. Lucy Benjamin was there, and we've had a few guest commentators as well. We thank you. And of course, you, the viewer. Without you, like we say, we're nothing at all, and we appreciate it. The numbers have been astronomical this year. We keep getting bigger, the competition keeps getting bigger, and we thank you guys for supporting us. We'll continue to bring it while you continue to support us. We'll wrap it up now. We're going to keep going with the pictures. The voices will stop. Hannah D, anything to add to the season that we've just witnessed?
Oh, look, nothing, but it's been an incredible season. I've been very thankful to be a part of it. I'm disappointed the season's ending, but in what a way it's ended there. So congratulations, of course, to the Cougars. And there's so much more to come from QUT.
So grand final night comes to a conclusion. The Ruby was taken out by the Cougars, who defeated the Tigers. And in the big one, the HART Sapphire Series for 2021, the Cougars again dominant, back-to-back premiers. They maintain their perfect season, 16-0. It's bye for now, and as always, be brilliant, people.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the HART Sapphire and Ruby Series Grand Final presentation. Oh my goodness, what a sensational Tuesday night here at Nissan Arena. That we've just witnessed two sensational games and the culmination of what has been a sensational year again in the HART Sapphire Series. Thank you everybody for hanging around and for being here with us. I'm Demelza Fellows, I'm the High Performance Director of Netball Queensland. And before we get underway with the official proceedings, I'd like to respectfully acknowledge the Turrbal and Jagera people and the Yagara peoples, the traditional custodians of the land on which this event is taking place. We'd like to pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging, and extend that respect to any Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander family who may be with us this evening. On behalf of Netball Queensland and the HART Sapphire Series, I'd like to thank everyone involved again for making this season happen. We've had another unreal 2021. We haven't known what's going on left to right, up and down, but it's been so fantastic to get through an almost unscathed season. We couldn't make it possible without the commitment, dedication and passion of our players, our coaches, our club people, our volunteers, our match officials and benchies, the fans and the club presidents and associations behind every single team that's here this year. So thank you again to all of you for making this season go ahead, and we truly do appreciate everything you give to the season. Sorry if you can't really hear me for the volleyball. Our sponsors of this outstanding league have been nothing short of phenomenal, and we want to pass our heartfelt thanks onto Heart Sport, the naming rights of the HART Sapphire Series, and the Netball Queensland's exclusive equipment partner. We thank Mizuno Shoes, the preferred shoe supplier for the HART Sapphire Series, Coca-Cola Amatil, our official non-alcoholic drink supplier to Nissan Arena, and of course our hydration partner for the HART Sapphire Series, fueling us with Powerade and Mount Franklin. And of course Legacy Jewelers. They're located on the beautiful Gold Coast and they're the official jewellery supplier of Netball Queensland and the HART Sapphire Series Katie Walker Medal. We have some great supporting partners that we want to pay our respects to as well. University of Queensland, Bondi Vite and Strapit, our streaming provider Double Take, and the wider family of Nissan, Horizon, AV Jennings, Suncorp, Black Book AI, and of course, for those of us hanging about for a bit later, Lion Nathan. This has been a huge year of highs and lows. We've seen amazing netball on the court across both divisions. We've seen huge growth from the clubs, amazing tribal supporters. How good were the fans tonight? How good were the QUT and Cougars supporters? How good was the Tiger Pride gang? Really, really thankful for all of your support. Thank you for dressing up in your best high-vis. We've loved you so much and we look forward to seeing you again. We've played far and wide, from Toowoomba to Townsville, from Tallabudgera to Morayfield and everywhere in between. It's been an unreal season. Congratulations to the Rays for coming back in. Congratulations to QUT, their first season in the league. Well done and congratulations. Welcome back into the Rays. Congrats to the Panthers and their rise in the Ruby Series. And to all of the other clubs, Wildcats, Tigers, Cougars, Jets, and I'm sure I've missed somebody out there. No, I got it right. Congratulations. Oh, and the USC Thunder. Sorry, guys. Up there on the sunny coast. Just a couple of boring things about us, but not really. We had 600% increase in our fan engagement online and our streaming this year. You guys are totes global and absolute influencers, so thank you very much. And we're only going to get bigger. We had some amazing internationals. We welcomed Peace Proskovia in for one of the rounds this year. That was pretty exciting. We had 2 Fijian internationals join the Rays, and we just continue to grow the Queensland quality over and over again. Thank you to our umpire performance squad for everything that you've committed to the year, stepping up your own professionalism. Also, thank you and welcome to our new league manager, Prue. She's somewhere in the background, but she's had a massive input into the season. And of course we had that short COVID break, but isn't it fantastic we got to get the final series out of the way, and aren't we glad we did with what was tonight an absolutely wonderful display of top quality netball. Now before we get to the really exciting stuff and the ultimate champions of the year, we want to recognise and honour a few players and a couple of awards for the league, and some players who were outstanding performers and consistent deliverers of the goods across the season. Our first award, firstly I'd like to welcome to the stage Wade Legasic from our good friends at Legasic Jewelers. While Wade comes to the stage, I'd like to introduce our first award for the year. It's a new one we introduced in 2021. It was a Fans' Choice Award called the Hidden Gem, the Legassic Hidden Gem. Each week we put up some clips and some players of the day, and the fans got to vote with your favourite emoji and so forth. And we're really excited to present the first Legassic Hidden Gem for 2021. And it's congratulations to, from the USC Thunder, Annabelle Laurie. And he's going to receive a beautiful diamond necklace. Thank you to Wade and the team at Legassic. Thanks, Annie. Do you want a photo? Yeah, I'll get up there. Well done, Annie. No secret, you're our little hidden gem. The next award is our most prestigious award. It's the league's most valuable player. This is the league MVP for Ruby, and of course for the Sapphire Series is something we treasure dearly. The Katie Walker Medal is presented to the HART Sapphire Series player who receives the highest number of votes across the season, as nominated by an independent selection panel. Each week the panel votes 3, 2 and 1 per match, and the tally concludes at the end of round 14. The Katie Walker Medal, as we know, is named after one of Netball Queensland's most loyal, passionate and cherished members. A player who even in 2021 found herself on the bench for Tigers. She emulated everything that this competition is about. She's captained, coached and cheered her way to many a title, and is the epitome of loyalty and sparkle that now shines so brightly in the HART Sapphire Series. Without further ado, may I please introduce Katie Walker to present the Ruby League MVP and of course her very own Katie Walker medal.
Hi guys, always an honour to present these awards tonight. Amazing grand final, congratulations to everybody. The Ruby medal winner for this year is Sarah Harris. Once again, thank you. As I've said the last couple of years, so honoured to have this award in my name, which is always blows my mind. And each of the last 2 years, I've been so honoured to present it to the recipient. And this year, I certainly am once again. She certainly deserves this, and I don't think it'll come as a shock to anybody. Lisa Mai. What a little cutie. Thank you so much, Wade and the family at Legassic. Thank you, Katie. Lovely to have you. And congratulations both to Cezi and to Lisa. I'm not sure what's going on about these wing attacks winning these awards. I might have to speak to the panel about the criteria for next year. But well done, girls. Very deserved. Sensational seasons for both of you, and your clubs will be very proud. So now I'd like to welcome Cameron Williamson, the Netball Queensland match official and bench official coordinator, to the stage, and as to present the bench official and match official medals for this evening's 2 grand finals. And let's talk first about the Ruby Series grand final between the Carina Leagues Club Tigers and Brisbane North Cougars. Wasn't that a fantastic match? Both teams absolutely brought it. Both teams fought some tough adversities across the year, and of course even across the day. I'm not sure, Lexi, if your mum's gone into labour yet, but thank you very much for putting it aside and being here with us. Congratulations to both teams. But Cameron, we'd now like to thank our very important, with who the league couldn't go ahead, match officials and bench officials for the season. So our Ruby Series bench officials for today, Zach Dawes, Madonna McKenna, and Tahu Whanga. Thank you very much, team. Come and get your medal, Madonsky. You've had a couple of these over the years. And our HART Series Ruby umpires for the day, Cara Winnebaum, Carly Farthing, and bench umpire Nicola Stevens. Thanks very much, team, very important. And of course, for our Sapphire Series Grand Final, our bench officials for the day, Katrina Taylor, Nerida Bartlett, and Ashley Smith. These guys travel far and wide. They're so loyal and consistent, they're mainstays. So thanks very much, your champions on the bench. And our umpires for the Sapphire Series Grand Final, Jess Lakeman, Claire Johnson, supported by Cara Winnebaum. Congratulations and thank you. Thank you, Cam, and thank you, match officials. We'd now like to welcome to the stage our Netball Queensland's Chief Executive Officer, Catherine Clark, to help us present the Ruby Series Grand Final MVP. Come on up. So today on the court for the Ruby Series, there could have been a number of players and it was pretty tough to select, but we'd like to congratulate from the Brisbane North Cougars, Monique Piunti. And we'll just keep Catherine on stage to congratulate and present the runners-up medals to our Carina Leagues Club Tigers, Ruby side. I'll call you guys out. Goal shooter Grace Hughes, Emily Gage, Lexi Baker, Jada Anstey, Georgia Bloxham, Maddie Ryan. Is she come? Yeah, she is. Hobble over, Maddie. Madison Jada Eva, Madison Cooley, Sophia Dobson, Erin Joyce, and Lil Dart. Lil, who we could see channeling a little bit of Greta Boetta tonight with her layups to the post. We loved it. Coach Joanne Hope. And put your hands together for the Carina Leagues Club Tigers, Ruby side, runners-up for the 2021 HART Ruby Series. Thank you very much, Catherine. I'd now like to welcome to stage the HART Sport Marketing Manager, Sarah Hayward, to help us present the Ruby Series Grand Final medals. And this, of course, goes to the Brisbane North Cougars, led out a goal shooter by Larika Malayioma, Madison Grant, Monique Piunti, Madison Davies, Georgina Roy, Georgia Feeney, Isabel Shearer, Hannah Lesage, Charlize Sivia, and Mia Baker. Coached by Paddy Farrell. Come and get your medal, Paddy. Come back on the stage, girls. Stay up. Can you put it up here? You earned this one. And put your hands together for the Brisbane North Cougars 2021 Ruby Series champions. Oops, do you want your shield? Come back up here. Come and get your shield. Congratulations, Maddie. Here we go again. Give it up for the Brisbane North Cougars 2021 Ruby Series champion. You think after all these years? Okay, moving on now to the main game of the evening, the HART Sapphire Series Grand Final. Two amazing teams, QUT Netball in their first year in the competition, and of course the reigning champions, Brisbane North Cougars, who were undefeated across the season. Wasn't that a cracker match? Absolutely hard fought to the end. Two quality sides, plenty of champions in both. Matchups all over the court. There was so much niggle, so much hustle, but at halftime we just saw that ruthless competitiveness of the Cougars take over, right to the very end when they were getting cranky at each other for missing shots in the last 10 seconds. Oh no, actually, you got that in, Riley. There was about a minute to go and I saw them get cranky and I thought, guys, you got this, it's okay, relax. Show some respect, Mia. So we're just really proud of you guys, proud of you both, QUT. Thank you very much for an amazing season. Can I please welcome to the stage the head coach of the Queensland Firebirds, Megan Anderson, to help us present the Sapphire Series Grand Final MVP and the runners-up medals. And congratulations to the Sapphire Series Grand Final MVP, Lisa Mai from the Cougars. Congratulations, Lisa. I'll tell you what, it wasn't an easy feat picking the MVP for that one. There was plenty of stars all over the court. And now, congratulations, and may we welcome to stage the runners-up for the 2021 HART Sapphire Series QUT Netball, led out by their goal shooter, Alicia Adams-Tahara. Goal attack, Riley Bachelor. Wing attack, Keisha Grant. Centre, Holita Veve. Wing defence, Claire Haig. Goal defence, Danielle Taylor. Goalkeeper, Lily Gribble. On the bench, Sopalama Tuitama Olsop, Dakota Newson, Nadia Rosselli, Nora Missa, and the head coach, Paula Stewart. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for QUT Netball, runners-up in the 2021 HART Sapphire Series. Oh, and Kiara Fitzgerald, who's hiding out in quarantine right now. Thanks, Kiara. Would you guys like to speak? Does anyone want to speak? Dan? Okay. There's plenty of fans in the stands. Put your hands together for your team, QUT Netball. And we do wish the assistant coach, Chanel Masters, all the best as she brings her baby into the world. Okay, and on to the big show. Thanks very much, Megs. And we'd like to welcome back Sarah Hayward from HART Sport to the stage to present the champions for the 2021 HART Sapphire Series. We'll get you guys to stay on stage this time so you get all the hoo-hoo, okay? Is that all right? Thanks. Starting with their goal shooter, Martina Riquez. Goal attack, Mia Stour. Wing attack, Lisa Maimai. Centre, Macy Gardner. Wing defence, Vivian Fitzpatrick. Goal defence, Ruby Bakewell-Doran. Goalkeeper, Remy Camo. Captain, and on the bench, Riley Holland. Losa Numata. Naomi Fitzpatrick. Olivia Coughlin. And their coach, Elizabeth White. Again, keep it coming for your team, the Brisbane North Cougars, the 2021 HART Sapphire Series champions.
Perfect. Well, I'll try and keep this short. I've only got about 5 pages to read, so just bear with me. Well, at the end of 2020, we took a deep breath thinking no netball year could be any harder than that was, but 2021 has sure put out a good fight for us. Firstly, I'd like to thank Demelza and the team at Netball Queensland for producing one of the best netball leagues in Queensland, for fighting so hard to keep this season alive. Thank you to HART Sports for their continued support in ensuring this league is the best in the business. Also a huge thank you to Legassic Jewelers, Mizuno, Mount Franklin, Powerade, Bondi Bite and Strap It for your amazing contribution to the Sapphire League. Also, I'd like to thank the amazing umpires that have supported us throughout this entire season and the commentators, especially Millsy, for turning out every single game. Next, I'd like to congratulate Paula H and all the team at QUT Sports for putting out an awesome performance and pushing us to our limits. First year in the HART Sapphire League and you sure have left your mark. Can't wait for the rivalry to come in 2022. Last but most important, my team. First of all, I'd like to thank our major sponsors, Brisbane Netball, Redcliffe Netball, Pine Rivers Netball, QC Netball, Downing Park Netball Associations and Resistance Sports Science for your continued support to the Cougars Club, and also any other sponsors that I may have forgotten today. Liz and Amanda, our coaches, no amount of thank yous will ever be able to show how much we really appreciate your time to the club. This dynamic duo, to have the dynamic duo back in 2021 has honestly made this year one to remember, so thank you. To Nat, our amazing team manager, thank you for jumping on board. Thank you for making sure our water bottles were filled, our tummies were filled, and our hearts were filled with your infectious love you have given to all of us. To all the people at Resistance Sport, especially Jazz and Megan, thank you for ensuring we are fighting fit for each game. And Megan, thank you so much. I think we used up the whole supply of strapping tape this year. The last thanks I'd like to give is to our continued Cougars supporters. You have turned up each and every game in your red and black and supported us all the way. Whether it was online or in person, we feel the support and love on all corners of the country. Without your support, we would not be standing here today. Now to my team. I think many of you may have noticed that there was probably a total of 3 games this season where we had the initial 10 on the bench. From losing Liv early in the season to injury, to having players in and out of hub life, having players in and out of the Firebirds, and just having players riddled with injuries. 2021 has completely turned this team upside down. However, through it all, not once did we drop our heads or give up on the end goal of winning. I thought 2020 was my best year of netball, but 2021 has topped it off. I stated at the launch at the beginning of the year that the team in red was the team to beat. We did it, undefeated champs. Now time to celebrate.
Well done, Riley, and congratulations again. Please, Sarah, can we hand the shield over to the Brisbane North Cougars 2021 HART Sapphire Series champs?